Later that night, while the town slept, Daniel opened a steel footlocker hidden beneath the floorboards of his garage. Inside were memories of a life he had tried to forget. Old medals, photos, maps, and encrypted flash drives. He powered up an old military laptop and started searching. He wasn't just looking for justice. He was gathering intel through secure channels and encrypted forums only known to his old brothers in arms. Daniel discovered something chilling. The cops who shot Shadow weren't just acting recklessly, they were linked to a growing ring of corrupt officers trafficking illegal weapons and using K9 alerts as a cover to seize property. Shadow hadn't attacked out of confusion. He had sensed the threat before anyone else. Over the next few days, Daniel observed everything: where the officers went, who they met, what time they clocked in and out. His military training kicked in with precision. Every movement was calculated, every detail logged. To outsiders, he was just grieving, but to those who knew better, Daniel was preparing for war. And the storm was coming. The night air was still, but tension hummed beneath its silence. Daniel moved like a shadow, dressed in plain black. No insignias, no noise, just purpose. He wasn't out for revenge. He was out for the truth and for justice no courtroom in town could deliver. His first stop was an abandoned warehouse near the docks. That's where he traced the corrupted officers meeting after hours. He watched from a rooftop, memorizing routines. At 2:13 a.m., a van pulled up. 2 officers exited, carrying crates they clearly didn't want anyone seeing. Daniel snapped pictures, clear enough to be evidence, damning enough to bury careers. But it wasn't just photos Daniel left with. He infiltrated their server later that week, using tools most people wouldn't even recognize. Within minutes, he found logs, names, locations, payoffs, everything. The officers who shot Shadow were scheduled to meet the next night at a private residence under the guise of a training debrief. That was all he needed. The following evening, Daniel didn't go in with weapons drawn. He simply walked up to the front door, calm and unreadable. When they opened the door, their smirks dropped. "Hello, officers," Daniel said, his voice like steel. "We need to talk." They laughed until Daniel laid a file on the table. Inside, photos, bank records, audio clips of their own conversations. "You messed with the wrong man," he said, standing tall, "and worse, you killed the wrong dog." Before they could react, federal agents, Daniel's old contacts, stormed in. The sting had been real. Every word Daniel spoke was recorded. Within minutes, the room was filled with shouting, handcuffs, and chaos. Justice had arrived, and Daniel just watched silently, like a ghost from the past delivering a reckoning none of them ever saw coming.